G'day, guys and girls. This episode is proudly brought to you by our sponsors, supshq.com.au. Use the code BWB10 at checkout for direct shipping and 10% off. G'day, guys and girls, listeners from all of the platforms and our loyal and respectful followers. How you doing, Scaff? How's business? How's gym? How's been awake?
How's being alive? So put it this way, I usually get my hair cut every 4 weeks. Like always, it's just ritual every 4 weeks. Even during the pandemic, during COVID, when everything's locked down, my barber at the time was a legend, was doing home jobs, still got my hair cut every 4 weeks.
Check up.
It's been, I think, 5.5 or 6 weeks. I finally got my hair cut today. That in itself should tell you how I have been. Like, if there is anything to tell you how things have been, that is it right there. Yeah, just playing with shit, adjusting my headphones. People keep touching my shit in this house. Anyway, we're good. We're good. Everything. Now this feels better.
Fresh. Feels fresh.
Fresh. My beard's done. Oh man, my beard was hectic. Like the sides of my beard, the last 2 days, it's just gone. I'm like, nah, I can't. I got to do it.
It went from trimmed to bikey to probably not allowed on a plane.
Yeah, to like Yeti. Like I'm just like, bruh, I got to get on top of this shit. And like guys that are listening will understand. When you find a good barber, you don't go anywhere else. Well, yes. Doesn't matter. Yeah, when you get a hold of a good one, like, bruh, that shit is sacred. So it's like, I won't go anywhere else. And I'm messaging the dude. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, when you're at work, blah, blah, blah. Because he works just whenever he feels like it. Like, he's awesome. Legend of a bloke. But just like, come on, man. And then I walked in and I said, this is what happened. He goes, yeah, all right. He goes, look, next time we'll sort you out. Like, we'll do an emergency job if need be. I'm like, yes. Yes. So before I come up to Brisbane, I'll be getting a touch up.
And then also
that too. That'll be 3 weeks. I'll do what is it? Crack balls and whatever it is, and we'll be right, mate. Good to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got 3 weeks till you come up.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's gone quick.
It has. On the 19th, I believe. I'm coming up on the Thursday, so you better pick me up, bitch.
Something I'm busy.
Yeah, that awkward moment.
Oh man, my car's in the shop for like 3 weeks. This is
like,
awkward.
This is awkward. I don't have a car.
I was gonna rock up and carry you. That's fine.
Just rocks up on a push bike. Dinky, get on the back.
I'll just rock up to the back of with the bus and I'll have 2 tickets.
Yeah, here's your ticket. Let's go, bro.
I'll pick you up. Didn't say how.
Yeah. So it's actually very, very true. You didn't stipulate how you're going to pick me up.
It's always the finer details.
It's in the fine print, bro.
Correct.
Anyway, how is the land of Queen?
No, it's good, actually. Hey, it's good. I've actually started to get some weather. I've started getting some sun again. Prep is on. I've got 2 clients now doing prep with me, so that's exciting. So keep an eye out for that. We've got Sunny and we've got Tom. So yeah, both of those boys will be doing. One is classic physique and one is physique. So my training partner, which you already know about, and then Sunny, who wants to be a first-time physique competitor. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And yeah, we oh man, we had a hectic week last week. We got so many of the things last week.
Before we get into that, does this person actively want to compete in physique?
Yes.
Like, is that normal? Because I feel like most people want to do like classical bodybuilding because they want to get jacked. You don't aim to keep small by competing in physique.
Hey, let's give credit where credit's due. The physique guys now are beating the classic physique guys.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but traditionally,
yeah, fair call. Yeah. I think he wants to test the waters. And
I'm just staring.
I know, but it's still fun.
Like, yeah, you don't have the aspirations to compete in physique. It's kind of like you tried for classic or bodybuilding and you fell a touch short this prep. So you'll push for the next prep and you know maybe go up a class. It's like, but you just for now you suit physique, so let's do physique.
Do the Brett Wilkins.
Yeah, right.
Physique classic opens.
Yes, so it's like, well, you don't aim to do like I'm going to do physique. Like my goal is to be in board shorts. No, bro.
Let me tell you, it's not how it works.
We're aiming to be in open, and we're going to see where we end up.
Yeah, we're going to shoot for the stars and see where we land.
Yeah, because worst case scenario, we just put on some board shorts, and if you're big enough and lean enough, we're sweet. But if you're bigger, we have classic and bodybuilding as an option.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yes. Anyway,
but
that was just a funny comment.
Yes, it's very true. It's very true. A lot of current physique pros have been either former bodybuilders or classic bodybuilders that didn't quite sustain that endeavor.
Yes.
But yeah, no, so that's exciting. It's exciting to have two people. I've got two so far for season B this year, plus myself. So that'll be a nice, interesting one. And then at the current, I'm on the books with 4 people for season B next year. So that's pretty exciting too. Some natties, some enhanced guys.
Your body weight doing these days?
Sitting actually at a comfortable 100.6 this morning. So two and a bit weeks on a pretty aggressive cut. I dropped out fats entirely this week, except for trace fats in food. So you're looking at about 10 to 15 grams of fats tops. That's pretty much just predominantly from like English muffins and chicken trace fats and stuff like that. That are just easy ways of getting carbs and get some carbs in. So pretty much just played around with that. Swap the calories from those fats, which is about 400 calories. Swap them over to carbs and just going to churn that out. Intensity is up high enough where the substrate utilization is just carbohydrates. So if at that point I just become more effective at churning fat, sweet, great. So try that out. Calories are still the same, so 2,400-ish. And yeah, we're cranking along that way. So leaning down, stomach's tightening up. Training performance is still at an all-time high. The program's fucked. Like whoever let me write my own program is an idiot.
Yeah.
Which is me. So me.
Fair.
Yeah, like there's just, it's funny how substantial the difference is in rest time when it comes to like metabolic recovery. Me and Tom both coming from 3 sets of 8 at a 1 RAR versus 1 set of 24 plus or take, an extra set, clustering with only 15 seconds rest is ridiculous. Like 70% weight, easily 70% of the weight. So 30% reduction. And it's the next day is honestly like there's just like metabolites still in my knees, just like it's just my body hates me. And like, cool, we're not doing things now for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, that's how you should train.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, so it's standard.
Yeah, exactly. It's good fun. It's crook, but it's good fun. I was hitting my heart rate like 130 the other day, doing like we have hacks, leg extensions, Nordic curls, RDLs, and then something else. And my heart rate was like at the 130s, just doing RDLs after 2 other exercises. Like, cool. This is great.
So that intra workout recovery is poor.
Correct.
You need to do cardio.
Correct. That is the joy of the primer phase. Let's get that up.
We need to get you through so that you're healthy to deal with the next bout of shit.
Correct. That is the one. So yeah, we'll be increasing cardio. Steps are at about 8,000, but I'm punching 10 just to be fun. First round of posing on Sunday for prep, so that was exciting. Still been able to pull a vacuum in 100.2, 100.6 is good. So that's that. As of last week, we dropped the sleep quiz. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go and check the bio link tree thing.
Bio link tree thing
stuff with the things.
The thing and the thing.
Yeah, we've got a neat quiz in there that I don't know. I'm like, it's not to be rash or arrogant, but I haven't found it anywhere yet. We all know the sleep index exists, but I couldn't find anywhere to scale or score or reference to someone else who's made a sort of assessment criteria for sleep in a way that we did. So, I mean, it feels like we're the first, but at the same time, I could just be not looking hard enough. Either way, I think it's cool. No one said they've seen it yet.
Just patent basically.
It, what's that?
Patent it.
Yeah, the trademark it. The sleep quiz is ours. Fuck off everyone else.
Pretty much. Everyone has to pay you.
Yeah, exactly.
$5 million.
Yeah. But yes, it's pretty cool. So basically what happens is you'll go through, it's about 80 to 100 questions, all very relevant to domains. I tried to cut it back, but I feel like it's not to give the true answers that I want to give. I don't feel like it's deep enough if you do anything less than that. And we've got seven domains basically, and each one there's allocated scores like a Likert scale. There's reverse questions to counteract biases and things that you're assumed I meant to say. We're obviously going to work on that as it comes back with feedback. But the idea is that it'll tell you your lowest domain, the one that's affecting your sleep the most based on your feedback, and then provide you with 5 to 7 tips immediately that you can start implementing to improve your sleep in that area. And then either, there's an option for a free consult call, or you can redo the test, see if you've improved, look at other areas that suck and improve those as well. So basically, it was just one of those things where we all know sleep's important, but when you ask people about sleep hygiene, they might tell you the 10 basic things, and then okay, what else are we doing? Oh, I don't know. So
what else am I meant to do?
Like, yeah, exactly. So it was just like, it's one of the major stones to move that people don't know about moving. So here, I just give it to you for free. Just takes 10 minutes of your time and your email address to say, I suck at sleep. Answer these questions. Cool. So that's pretty cool. And then we finished the macro course. Actually, yeah, that's why it was a big week. We makes sense now. Yeah, that's right. Now I remember why I wasn't sleeping. Finished the macro course. That's live. Got about all my clients are in there. I've got a few others now, affiliates and stuff like that. You guys are in there. Always open to feedback. So please provide feedback if it can be better, if I'm missing something, if I haven't explained something clearly enough. It's not ISSN certified or registered. I'm ISSN certified, but it is not affiliated. Please use Scaffy's code if you want to get a discount price to get in. Not ISSN. Couldn't help myself.
That's not a joke, guys.
That's not a joke.
If you actually want a discount code, that is it. Like legit.
You want 75% off learning how to track macros over 6 weeks with 95 modules of nutrition and training tracking knowledge. Use not ISSN.
You're welcome.
Couldn't not do it.
Surely I'm going to get in trouble for that.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey, it's not a lie. We are not ISSN. I do not claim to be ISSN, nor do I claim to be better than ISSN. So, it's not a lie.
Yeah. Should have done not SNA, but either way. Not SNA-ISSN.
Oh, what a time. It's the subtle things in life.
Moving on.
Yeah, so that's been my last 2 weeks. And of course, being me, I went straight to building out the next course because I'm most excited about it. I just spent all of last night putting the mindset modules together. I'm going to do the sleep principle, talk about sleep too much. The strength principles next, and then I'll be starting to put it all together because basically it's mostly done. So I'll just be laying out the content, putting the written text with it, and all that sort of jazz. Feeling it out, testing it out. So
pretty much how to get jacked and the science of jackness.
Pretty much. It's pretty much just like an A to Z of the basics that you should know before you go spend money on a coach. And if you do need to spend money on a coach, you know now that there's at least me or you or Chris that are going to be probably more educated than your Joe Blow at the gym. So the goal of that is, it's not to make me a millionaire. It's to make the standard of the general populace higher, which means the standard of coaching has to be higher.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point, right? We were trying to leave the system better with more upskill, make it better for everybody.
Whether a PT uses it and wants to get better, whether a client or a general population wants to use it and get better, it overall leaves the standard higher. And that is the big thing for me is I want to leave a mark that is constructive, positive, important, beneficial, and just coaching the one person here or there is not going to do that. But if I force everyone to be better, then
well, I mean, you give the opportunity for more people to get better, right?
Exactly.
Leave the industry better than what it was when you got in.
You either step up yourself and up your own game, or your client goes to someone who is.
Yeah.
Or you're a client who just wants to get better and know more.
Or you're just a nerd.
Nerd. Yeah.
But I mean, this is a safe space for you too, so it's okay.
From what I've heard from feedback from listeners, we're the nerds, so it's fine.
Hard. Actually, there was a couple of questions in there about Marvel. I'm like, who do we tackle these? This is going to be fun.
Did I get a raging erection after seeing Gore? Yes, I did. Do I care? No, I don't.
Will it happen every time? See.
Yes, it will. I've now seen Doctor Strange 3 times, and I'm not mad about it. It's been out for 2 weeks.
I got to watch it actually the second time, to be honest. I haven't had a chance to get in.
Yeah,
I usually watch them twice, so I'm waiting. A few people have actually said watch it twice, and the second time it's just you pick up on things again. Standard, you pick up on more. It's like, yeah, cool. I do intend to see it the second time. So
I think your mistake was not to make it another Marvel rank because everyone's going to be upset. You were excited to be just a standalone Doctor Strange movie, but it's not.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
which understandable. It's called Doctor Strange.
Well, we could appreciate the openings. It's just there was so much more to that storyline that could have been and wasn't. But again, we'll be here for 3 hours talking about it. So let's not
a Marvel chat, guys. Get over it.
No, it's going to be a Star Wars chat. So Obi-Wan comes.
Yes, so excited for that. Yes. Everyone says my Friday is booked out because I'm watching that.
Yeah, bad end of the week. It's going to be so much fun. But I believe we do have a ranting or talking a discussion / hating on everyone topic, because that's what they are these days.
Yeah, just a topic. Firstly, it's Chris, because fuck you, Chris.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris. Fuck you, Chris.
Until he's back on, it's just going to be a fuck you, Chris.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he has one job.
yeah. Be an online coach. And then the second job is be on the podcast.
Well, I feel like they're intertwined.
They are. They're together. They're together. You want to be part of the clique, Chris, you've got to be a part of the team.
He's not going to listen to this, let's be real. What are we ranting about this afternoon?
After a reel I put on the old Insta the other day and on TikTok and just in general, I've seen
right. I forgot you're doing the TikTok thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. I don't get my ass out enough with green tea to count, so I'm doing my best.
With green tea.
But talking about the term, or the hijacking of the term self-care. So it kind of, I don't know, I sit on the fence, but I also get very agitated by it, because what started out, and this is often the way when we look at the wellness industry and the wellness field and the holistic wellness coaches and whatever other adjective we want to use to describe them.
Hippies. Hippies is what we're going for.
There's a positive point that will come out, and there'll be a thing that's backed by a science. Like, we understand stress rejuvenation theory and stress reduction theory. We understand those things. They're real. And then it's hijacked by a far left sort of like, you can't compel someone to work harder than they have to. You can't make someone do things, and they should just be allowed to relax and still succeed. And hard work shouldn't exist because it's too demeaning and dangerous and obsessive, whatever the cringy word you want to come up with. And so we've ended up at the point where the hijacking of the word self-care has meant like a genuinely planned downtime for a reason, a reduction in stress or stress control and management, CNS reduction, deload from training, physical therapies, remedies, all that sort of stuff, like things that are actually conducive to deloading and rejuvenating the body. Those are good things. It's now being hijacked in a conversational sense that it's basically like a get out of jail card from doing work, but still want to be entitled to the results that come from said work, even though you don't want to do them. And so you're basically getting away or validating to yourself being lazy as fuck, and then complaining about other people having results, and other people have it easier because they have these things, yet they're doing 10, 12, 15, 16, 18 hours a day. It's something that they love doing and they're working hard towards for 12 months, 6 months, 18 months, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. You have claimed self-care days, 3 out of 3 days of the week. That means nearly half of your entire week is spent doing nothing to rejuvenate, quotation marks. And essentially you're in an upset position because those who aren't taking self-care days are very much ahead of you, further ahead of you, further along. They're progressing faster. They're exploding more. They're doing more. They're getting more. So, the work is paying off. And I find it, especially when it comes to things like training, like, yes, we know there's a degree or limit where junk volume and unnecessary overloading and things become a point of no return, or a point of redundancy. But most people aren't even getting to that point before they're saying like, oh, I'm stressed, I need a day off. I'm stressed, I need 2 days off. I'm compensating for my stress by giving myself some extra calories today. Cool. Not how it works if you want the results. And just because you've said that cliche word and you've thrown it out in a sort of cringy manner doesn't make it any more rational or any more valid just because you've said it, that you're just being lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand and agree. There was a time, and I don't know if it's still a thing, to be honest. We had coaches, PTs and coaches, I guess, as we started to branch onto online, saying getting results can be made easier, or can be easy. I guess it depends on the result and the goal context, all that shit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Fine print, but let's pretend that we're all talking about the same shit, getting jacked or getting lean.
Correct.
We do have people that say you don't need to be hungry to be in a diet or to be in a deficit, for example.
Ugh.
Like, surely those that are listening would remember some of these comments, and it's like, we can get you those results without having to do as much work. And, you can do this stuff without being in a stress state and all this sort of crap. And it's kind of like, well, if your objective is to go either way, you are going to be physiologically and mentally stressed, because both ends of the scale are taxing. It's like,
yes.
Eating less food and having less energy come in than what you actually expend is a physiological stress. And then usually physiological stress leads to mental stress. It's like, that's I think completely logical. from when I look at it from the outside in.
Mhm.
And on the flip side, being in an energy surplus, depending on the degree of the surplus, but usually you're going to get to a point where you do not want to eat.
Yes.
Having such high amounts of food is still a physiological stress. It is a stress on the digestive
Anything
system.
requiring adaptation is going to some degree be a stressor.
Yeah, and that will also cause mental health stress, or mental stress, psychological stress, whatever you want to call it. There is no easy way to do something that's challenging. It defeats the purpose of calling it a challenge.
Correct.
So,
and you would add that the greater the degree of the challenge, meaning i.e. the greater the intensity of your goal or the thing you're trying to overcome, that is the challenge, the resistance, the greater the stress is going to be placed on you to achieve it.
And usually the greater the reward.
But yes, exactly right. The greater the reward that comes with it.
Yes.
But it's like somehow we're at this point where the term self-care means that I don't have to put in that work to overcome that hard challenge, but I still feel entitled to the result and the reward that comes from doing that challenge.
Yes. And it's
bypassing the part that is to get the reward, you have to do the challenge.
Yeah. And it's very, very simple in that who would have thought you didn't get the result you wanted because you didn't put the effort in that was necessary? I mean, I feel like that's just plain old simple 1 + 1 = 2.
It should be, but in this case, you can add 30 different steps and still say it's 3. So it frustrates me because I take the approach that nothing I'm going to get is going to come without work. Nothing I'm going to do is going to come without work. The results I get are a direct byproduct of the effort that I put in. Now, yes, to a degree, there's things that are outside of our control, give or take genetics, give or take the environment, weather, all that sort of jazz. But you cannot milk terms like self-care 3-4 days of the week, 10 weeks of the year, and then wonder why you're stagnating or results are losing or, becoming plateaued and consistently up against a wall and you're not getting any further. When, if you think about it, you've literally chosen a third of the week, every week, to do nothing or, take time off or sit still and relax and get all these pampers and these things. Like, I've done 4 hard days of dieting. I'm entitled to some ice cream. I'm entitled to a massage, or I'm entitled to this. And that massage turns into sitting on your ass and eating pizza and sinking piss and like all these things that are literally detrimental to the goal. Now, it's important to understand that we're not saying that those things are bad. If you want to do them and they're planned for a reason, like you choose to enjoy those things, that's what you do. Cool. Understand though, if your goal is to be on stage shredded, if your goal is to be running a 7-figure business, if your goal, whatever the goal is, the greater it is, those days that you're spending sitting by the couch, watching those things, something is going to be at a cost. The cost of that result, whatever it is going to be the fact that you chose to spend 2, 3, 4 days sinking piss, going out, not sleeping, or putting your feet up and doing nothing, saying you're entitled to this relaxation, you've earned this time off. Every single time you do that is a step backwards from the person who's not doing those things and only resting when it's necessary and only resting when it's like it's due and it's time. Like, exactly. I have 2 days off a week because my programming allows it. I run the business 7 days a week. I'll work on the weekends. I took the team out for a coffee on Sunday. That was cool. After that, came back, went straight back to work. It's not that you can't have self-care. It's not that you can't have time off to rest and rejuvenate. It's when it becomes, what's the word? Kind of like a
cop-out.
A cop-out. It's a scapegoat. It's a scapegoat from just doing hard work. Yeah. And you then want to prize or you want to entitle yourself to the result for the job that you haven't done.
Yeah.
And that to me just doesn't make sense because, I feel guilty taking money off clients as it is because it's money. But, it's like I make sure every minute that what they're paying for, they are getting above and beyond that because, that's just how I work. I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm also entitled to 10 times this because, I haven't got the systems in place. I haven't got the courses set up. I haven't got the results yet with my clients. You can't say that. I'm not going to sit there and say that and be like, well, I'm going to take 10 days off a week and somehow add 3 days to the week. I'm going to take off, half the week for downtime and reduction and alleviate my stress and then be complaining that I'm not earning more money or I'm not getting better results for my clients or I'm not upskilling myself and, getting more knowledge. It's just not how it works. And again, I say I'm not dissing self-care days. I'm very much understanding when it comes, even when things when like the big C was around, there was genuine psychological stress that was going on. I get that. A lot of emotional problems going on. I get that. But after a certain degree, you have to take ownership. And this is what I write in the course as well when I talk about ownership as a mindset. You have to take ownership of where you are based on the actions that you contributed that got you to there. Now, I don't mean like, you're born to abuse, or you're born in this poverty, or you're born that, like, fair enough. There's things you have no control over. However, there are things, once you turn 18, 16, there are direct things that you've been consciously choosing that have landed you in the position you're in. Then it's your job to own those decisions, along with the things that have gone well, own those. It's then your job and responsibility, which is the next thing we talk about in the mindset course, is to take on the challenge of getting better. The responsibility of the actions, the responsibility of your adherence, the responsibility of your mental state, the responsibility of your commitment, your actions, all those things. It's your job. You have to own that before you progress, if you want to keep progressing. So it's not that those things are bad. If you need a self-care day, you've genuinely worked hard, 3 weeks, 8 months, whatever it is, you've genuinely grinded to the bone. You're like, fuck, I need a day off. Like, I missed training the other morning at, oh God, it was like Tuesday. And I haven't had a day off in I don't even know how long. That's not a brag. I just haven't had a day off. And I had my 7 hours as usual. I woke up and legitimately felt like I've been hit by a fucking train. Said to Tom, no good, man. Like, probably have to have a rest day. Like, I genuinely feel cooked. Out of sleep, got an extra 2 hours in. I was waking up a few times at night. Messaged me, is like, what about if we do 10 o'clock? I can leave work. And like, I've worked since 6 anyway, since we got up. What if we go at 10? Sweet, done. Got my meal in, got my food in, got my subs in, went and trained the fucking house down. But my self-care was an extra 2 hours sleep, not 5 days off to justify 3 weeks of work.
Yeah. And that's just it. It's like, you can take this, I guess, term self-care, but it needs to be an honest like conversation that you have with yourself. And it's like, hey, have I truly earned this day, week off, or this free meal, or have I
exactly right.
Like, if you can ask yourself that honestly and answer yes, take it by all means. So it's like, do it. But if you have any shadow of a doubt in there, good chance that gut feeling is right, and you probably haven't earned it just yet. And it's not to say that it won't come. It almost gives you a target. So it's like a mini target inside, the macro goal, we'll call it. So it's like that micro goal inside a macro. Like, hey, like, your target's to lose 5 kilos, and at the 2.5 kilo mark, you might say, cool, I'm going to have a free meal. And the goal is to get to 2.5 kilos no matter what, and you get your free meal, and then you push through again. It's just having these little things in between make the goal a little bit more bearable, depending on severity, obviously.
Well, we have maintenance blocks in your cut. Like, you go through, whether it's a refeed, whether it's a maintenance week, whether it's a free meal week or something like that, where it's just like, you get an alleviation of the stress process, then you go into the stress again. So that, like, completely makes sense. That's what we do. But when it becomes your whole life and like days at a time, and it's like, have you really looked at, like, and I guess this is where my obsession towards work comes in. It's probably like not always great for a lot of people, and people want balance, all sort of stuff. But when I genuinely feel tired, I will look at that photo of dad, and I guess it's a cringy thing. I don't know. It's not. I will look at that photo of dad, and when I feel tired, I will genuinely ask, am I more tired than that man who went through 10 years of chemo and 10 years of surgeries and 10 years of medications and like unresearched drug protocols that hadn't even been like studied yet? Am I more tired than that man? And if I can say yes, okay, fair enough. Like, take a week off, man.
Take a rest.
Take a week off.
100%.
If I can look at that and go, I could just need to have my normal sleep and just be in bed on time. Like, am I optimizing everything? I could, like, last week, I genuinely was not getting my 7.5 hours. But what I did in that week was fucking huge. So I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And
this week, let's get that 7.5 hours.
That's exactly right. And then it's being obviously logical and smart and understanding that you will have acute bouts of things that happen that will throw potential routine off. So it's like on the scale, for example, and you might eat some different food the night before, and you wake up in the morning and your weight's up a little bit more than usual, or your blood pressure's up a little bit more than usual. But over this, the 7 days of tracking, everything, you have an acute little thing. Well, we're like, it's acute. We don't worry about it. It's a once off. We don't stress about it. But then if it starts to become more chronic and we start to see it, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days a week consistently, then it's like, okay, something's wrong. Something's off. We need to fix it. So understanding that having acute phases or bouts of things that may cause some extra stress that you may feel like you need a day off or a week off from. I mean, it can happen, but again, you have to ask yourself honestly, have you earned it?
Yeah.
Because if you can honestly say that, yes, you've earned whatever break it is that you and your coach or even yourself just implement, by all means, take it.
And that can be, it doesn't have to be just training. It can be business. It can be study. It can be school. Like,
just some downtime for yourself, whatever it is.
Yeah,
like my downtime, I love watching TV. Oh,
yeah.
Nothing better. Feet up, watching TV.
I'm a fiend for movies and like gaming. If I ever get the time, like when I get the time, like I'm a fiend for gaming. Fiend for movies and TV that like just genuine background shows that I like to relax to and just watch. Like, you know, there are things that I'm just like, sweet. That's like, it's good fun for a minute. I couldn't do it all day, every day, but it's like this period of time takes my mind off things. Great. But at the same time, like you said, you know, there's going to be those days where I kind of look at it as a scale. Like if we set it as a 1 to 10, like an RPE kind of thing, I look at that acute stressor and figure from that RPE, is this above a certain number? And if it is, it's probably going to justify a day off or reschedule my rest days or just like some downtime. If it's not, I'm probably just looking for an excuse not to train because I'm tired or like hungry, whatever it is. That's the time I need to go train the most. You know, when it came to the day dad passed away, stuff like that, like that's the extremity of the emotional scale that I'll use and be like, okay, that's 10. Am I anywhere near that degree of emotional burden right now that training would just be delirious and detrimental? Yeah. If I'm not, then I can go train. Am I injured to the degree that, like, say he was? No. Okay, then I can go train. Am I just genuinely fatigued, need to get a bit of extra sleep? Yep. Okay, cool. Sorry, Tommy. Give us an extra couple of hours. Sweet. Yeah. We'll meet you at the gym at 10 o'clock. Yeah. That's it.
Exactly.
Done is done.
Simple.
But that's like, it's that personal assessment or reflection of like, you know, I guess this is why it's good to go to
maybe
those points.
Business idea. We create a self-care questionnaire so that when you feel like you need to take a deload, you answer this question. Ben, telling you.
That's good.
Guys, if any of you steal this, I'll kill you.
Yes, patented 25th of the 5th, 2:42 p.m.
on Bros with Brains podcast.
Yep.
But, I mean, there you go. Coming from Matter Athletica, because it's not coming from me.
So, I say our business idea, but it's you.
It's our business idea, but you're going to do everything, and that's it. Everyone on the podcast has heard me come up with the idea. You implement it, on it, and not even you implement it. Done, sorted. Comes that falls under your brand. You're welcome.
I'll give you the link. I'll give you the link to your clients. You can do it. There you go. Done.
Done. Sorted. And if we sell it, just give me 10% of the royalties. We're good. Because you're doing all the work. I came up with the idea. Actually, in saying that, it should be 40%. 40% for the idea. You can have 60 because you're doing all the work.
That negotiation with yourself.
Yeah, I just realized I came up with the idea. You can have 60%.
10 to 40. It's kind of like a mutual conversation, but hey, 40 from 10 to 40%.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was going to say 50-50, but that's fine.
I'll meet you at 70-30.
Yeah, all right. I'll do that. That's nice. I'll be nice. You're picking me up in Brisbane. That's fine.
Oh fuck! But yeah, that's just a little rant on self-care. If you need it, make the acute assessment. Decide properly, objectively. Are my numbers going down? Is today going to be a waste of time? Do I risk injury by going? Am I genuinely exhausted? Is this emotional stress, in quotation marks, actually draining or physically demanding? Is it going to take my mind away from the sets and I've got to hit top sets today? Something like that. Is there a peak in my block and I'm just being a bitch? All these things, ask yourself those questions. And then when you've done it, you can go, I go train, I don't go train. Not a big deal, but I'm not going to sit here for the next 3 days or 4 days or a week and talk about how it's a self-care day, it's a self-care week, and it's really just an excuse for me to be doing F all and then argue about how hard my business is struggling or life is struggling or this or that. Everything's going to be a struggle to a degree. Everything's going to be hard. Everything has to be hard if you want to progress and get better and challenge yourself. It's the degree of hard that you allow it to be based on the effort you put in. There are going to be periods where you don't want to do it. There's going to be periods I want to be in bed at 8 o'clock at night. Guess what? I've got a course that's dropping. Cool. We're going to have all this shit done. Set myself deadlines and times. Cool. And all these things. You don't get a choice. Exactly. Be your own. Take ownership and be responsible.
Be your own boss.
Literally. Hashtag boss babe.
Hashtag treat yourself.
My boyfriend yelled at me, tub of ice cream. Oh, my wife kicked me out of the house, 2 pizzas.
I mean, I am in for 2 pizzas.
Oh yeah, me too. I could definitely down one right now.
Shit, bad.
Hey, interesting. Like talking about like cravings and stuff. 3 weeks in, pretty good. Came up with the greatest low calorie meal. So it's not a treat. It's just a tract. protein, Greek yogurt, berries, a little bit of wheat bix, but go to God, Jesus. What are we? Subs HQ. I forget where I was going. Go to Subs HQ. Get Alien Vanilla Peanut. It is the nicest peanut butter flavored, but vanilla essence protein I've ever eaten in my life. Add it to your Greek yogurt. Add it to mixed berries. A little bit of wheat bix in there. I'm satisfied. I'm good. That's my meal for prep for the next 20 weeks. Don't even care.
Yeah, I'd just rather eat like Nutella. That sounds really complicated.
Yeah, but you're shit.
It's like, that just sounds really complex. I'd rather just eat my Nutella.
This sounds like you want self-care days to me.
Yeah, Nutella sandwiches and slices of fucking cheese, bro. Here we are.
Sorry, I forgot who I was talking to.
Exactly right. I'm a simple man. Simple
You're
taste.
coming up with these amazing protein meals, and you're just
it's like all gourmet shit. Like, I haven't got time for gourmet, man. Fucking four slices.
Gourmet?
That's gourmet. Listeners, let me know if that's gourmet. Because
if there's more than 3 ingredients, it's gourmet.
100%. It's wheat bix in there. It's 100% gourmet, bro. In this day and age, you think I can afford wheat bix? What's wrong with you? Hurry up and come up with that questionnaire so we can sell it and I can buy wheat bix.
I need those royalties.
You're bad in saying that, but yes, I don't know. It's an interesting topic because we do have like, that varying, I guess, degree of person, right? And it's like some people you have the two opposite ends of the spectrum. So you got those that will never take an off day, no matter what. They'll push until they're dead, and you're like, you done fucked up. And then you got people on the other,
my body being like, you should probably stay in bed an hour.
Yeah, there's like, my body is a temple. And then some are like, nah, I'm an amusement park. I'm going to have some fun. And then we've got the other end where it's like, holy shit, every day is hard. I just ate a grape and I don't know what to do with my life. Why haven't I got abs yet? Like, fuck, I need to eat Maccas to make myself feel better. It's like, all right, well, we want to find that happy medium. We want to be, for most people, somewhere in the middle. Like, we've got a goal. We push for that goal. We plan to have, these, I guess, self-care tools, whether it be a refeed, massage, whether it be whatever it is that you want to do.
Guys schedule Sony time if they play it.
Yeah, whatever
that's a technique.
Whatever it is that de-stresses you, we put that in there. Like, provided it doesn't take you too far away from your goal.
Correct.
Like obviously, because the goal is what's the whole reason why you're doing what you're doing. No point going backwards. Yeah, you have that in place, and then we continue on.
We looked at like the research was there when you look at a 12 versus 16-week goal of a controlled 10 to 30% deficit with 3 interval weeks, 1 week each at the 4 to 5 week mark, you achieve a higher point of satisfaction, satiety, happiness, energy, but you still achieve the same result of composition, roughly the same rate of fat loss. So if you're able to do these things to interject on that fatigue management and that stress and accumulated shit, well, it's going to make it easier. It's going to make it like doable. So yes, those are the things that you can implement to make that happen. If you're just doing those things because it's like, well, I had a rough day at work, therefore KFC and Ben and Jerry's. Like, yeah, man, but is that the answer? Or are you just looking for an emotional scapegoat and you're choosing food as the way to cope with it?
Is that the PIOS study or is that the which study was it? I've read it.
I think there was
it Aragon?
No, I think it was Aragon.
Oh, I can't remember. I know I've read both studies. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that was.
I think it was at the Refeed study. Anyway, it's been a while.
Actually, I know there was two. There was a Refeed study and there was a maintenance week study.
Yeah, the Refeed study was Pios and Lane Norton and whoever else. Was it Eric Holmes, I think, on it? Anyway.
Result really, like, it made sense. It makes accumulated sense. And you're like, cool, that helps with the situation. And this is like why actually understanding stress responses is so important. It's going to be another module in the course, is that it allows you to plan these things as opposed to being reactive to your stress and then choosing food to do it with, blah, blah, blah. You can choose things like walks in the park, going to the pool, going to the beach, massage, playing the Sony for a little bit. Like, ask yourself in the moment, is this decision, this is something I give my clients to do, is this decision going to take me towards the goal in line with the values I have? Or is it going to take me away from the goal, away from the values that I have? If it's the latter, chances are once you interrupt that desire to do it and you actually assess the situation, you're not going to do it because you're like, oh, that's dumb. I'm going to go further. I'm paying someone to help me. I'm going to be going away from the thing I'm trying to do with this person, and it's not in my best interest or align with me as a person. Why would I do it? And then you get to like interrupt that we have a theory, it's called theory of planned intent. And it basically insinuates there's a compelling reasons, there's a bunch of underlying models that combine to decide our actions and things that lead to action or activity. If you can interrupt that thought, you can interrupt that process, you can deny that signal that's going to tell you to go from thought to action. You get to delay it and then make a better thought or a more towards thought.
Yes.
Because there's never a bad food or a good food, never saying that. But there are goal-orientated choices and goal-away choices that you get to make. And if it's like, if your self-care comes off as eating pizzas and ice cream and you're in a 2,000 calorie deficit, then the chances of that being towards your goal, probably not. And you're just looking for an excuse to eat food, which is the brain's job because you're starving yourself and it's going to make you want to eat food. Suck it up.
Well, yeah. I mean, can't really disagree with that. I'm trying to think, like, you can't really knock that back. That makes the most logical sense, right?
Yeah. But I mean, obviously, all these things, it's not just diet or training related. I know we relay it back to those things because that's kind of what we talk about. But whether it be your study, your business, your training, your health, your relationships, whatever it is that you do, that is your thing that you're saying you're becoming stressed by, like study is going to stress you. You're forcing the brain to adapt to new information, new skills, new abilities. That's going to take a degree of neuroplasticity that will cause new rewiring. That is going to be a stress. That's going to be what we call allostasis. And it's going to be a degree of instigating a new level of homeostasis, which is you can handle that new balanced level of stress. You've achieved that new skill. You're at that certain degree. Now you can move past it. You have to go through that exposure first to make it happen.
Yes. And who would have thought that actually repeating bouts of doing things, making it more efficient on a neurotransmitter level is how it actually works?
Yeah.
Like if you want to get really technical for those, I know we haven't really science nerded out in a while, but we have your nerve cell or your nerve transport, we'll call it for just simplistic state. We have this thing called a myelin sheath. And what happens is as you get better at doing the same thing, so let's say you're hitting a ball, the more consistent you get at it, the more myelin sheath wraps around. I can't even talk. I've been up since 5. I've had 4 hours sleep. We keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping, and it actually makes the nerve impulse that shoots through it faster.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you get better at doing a skill.
On top of that, we then have the same neural pathways that are basically the neuron that you're talking about, that electrical impulse fires along.
Yes.
After a certain rate and a certain degree, that road, or I guess that traffic will start to become backed up.
Yep.
And the bridge that it's crossing, so between each nerve cell is a gap. And that gap is where the neurotransmitters take the neuron or the neural impulse from one nerve cell to the next. And then we have what's called neuroplasticity, where the brain will go, cool, this pathway needs to be more busy. I mean, it needs to be more open. I've got a congested highway. Let's open that up. It'll build another bridge and another bridge. Mm-hmm. Eventually, that fast speed gets more proficient. And eventually you start to hone in on that skill. Now you've nailed this. And that neuroplasticity is a lot more efficient. It's effective. It's firing more quickly because that pathway is needed for the thing that we're doing.
Yes. And that's where 10,000 hours or potentially 10,000 hours of doing this skill repeatedly makes it more efficient and you become a master at it. Guys, you're welcome. Podcast over. We're done.
That's a mic drop for you all right there. It's been a minute.
Science. We haven't scienced that in a while. I thought we haven't done some neural stuff. Why not? We both, I think, very well versed in neuroanatomy. Well, I mean,
you love it. I can still repeat the entire still repeat the entire nerve cell to you. It's fun. I love it.
Yeah, semi versed. It used to be good at it once upon a time. Let's do some questions. And no, none of the questions have anything to do with neuroanatomy. Let's see what we have, shall we?
Let's do it.
Fuck, marry, kill. Let's start with that.
All right,
that's right. Fun. Literally. Yeah. Gore.
Ooh.
Thor.
Ooh.
Dumbledore. I mean, I like Dumbledore's in there. I mean, that would be interesting. Dumbledore was a powerful man. He knew some shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like, I mean, you know.
That's fair.
Like, is he a class 5 mutant? We don't know.
That's true. Is magic just a degree of mutant evolution?
Yeah, like we don't know. Like, hey,
if Dumbledore were to be dropped into the Marvel universe, would he be an Omega level mutant?
That's like how would he go against Wanda? That is the question.
Yeah, see, his spells required.
You see what I mean, though? Like,
yeah,
like he knew some shit. Anyway,
He's the guy.
Yeah, just saying. So yeah, fuck, marry, kill.
I mean, see, the best part is going to be about Gore that not many people understand is he has a legitimate reason. And like, that's one of the best part about Marvel villains. A lot of them is they actually have legitimate reason to being a villain. Like the gods didn't help him. He prayed to them. His family was slaughtered and murdered. So you're going to see that in the movie.
Yeah.
I
was literally going to say, I wonder how many people know now, like knew Gore before, like when we were nerding out, like, oh my God, Christian Bale's, Gore. And now we're like, everyone's like, oh my God, Christian Bale is Gore. It's like, you don't know who Gore is. Like, don't lie.
Yeah, tone it down. I can go pull out the comics that I've had for years that I can show you that book.
Like, don't be that guy.
It's cool you're into it. We're for it. But
tone it down.
When everyone was like, oh, Loki's the best villain, and now they're like, he's Gore. He slaughters everyone.
Yeah, like Gore is the boss.
There's literally a book, one of the comics I have where he just basically rampages through different time dimensions and the universe itself and just slays all of the gods. So, I mean, it's a cool story. You obviously don't want to marry him because he's pretty fucked. So you have to kill Gore. I'm going to marry Thor.
Good luck killing Gore.
Sorry, I'm going to kill Gore.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry Thor. And I'm going to fuck Dumbledore.
Because you're into old men?
Yeah, I'm assuming there's some wizard tricks he's got up that sleeve.
Look, man, no hands. Yeah,
it's Leviosa. You make it Leviosa.
I'm just trying to think which one out of those three would be the easiest to kill. They don't really make it easy, do they? So it's like
Dumbledore. If you get if you get in for like a close Mike Tyson uppercut, he's going down. But you've got to get in close first.
Yeah, exactly right. And then you're there and he's not, and you're like, fuck, like that shit happened. And then you got to contend with the fucking Phoenix. So it's like it's 2-on-1, man.
That's true.
But then like Thor, good luck killing, and Gore is not much easier.
Yeah, it's not. I say you're choosing off preference here. There's no logic to it.
I'm probably gonna kill Dumbledore.
Boring.
Just because I feel like I'd have the most chance.
That's fair.
I think I'm gonna bang Thor because he's a pretty boy.
That's fair. Oh, that trailer. Chrissy Hemsworth. He definitely got back on that cycle.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna bang Chris just for fun. And I meant Chris Hemsworth, not Chris Black. I mean, I'll bang him too, whatever.
He doesn't need to know.
And Gore, I guess I'm marrying, which would be interesting because he's a very, very negative man.
He is.
He's a very, very tumultuous man. But anyway,
the universe has fucked him.
Literally. Like he's copped it. But moving on. Fuck, marry, kill. Peter Dutton, ScoMo, or Albanese? I'm going to just kill all of them.
Why are
we doing this? Like in Deadpool, just one shot through the head, 3 people.
I will give now I'm not, I don't know, like I keep up to date on Aussie politics, but not to the degree.
I don't.
Albanese did give a very respectful speech to the whole date conversation, which is kind of like the first politician I've actually heard the conversation about, where it was less about straight up no, less about a straight up shut up, and less about a straight up yes, and more about let's have a gathering of elders and have an actual conversation about what would satisfy everyone collectively, and not just be screw you, we're doing this, or screw you, doing that. Let's actually have a combined consensus and a chat with the people in the know and see what can be done to appease everyone, not just bend the knee kind of thing to this person, that person. And that was kind of like the most, I guess, satisfying. It was the most rational conversation I've seen from a politician in a fair while on the topic. So I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously there's gonna be people that might say that's wrong. I don't know. I'm not fucking here to debate that shit. But versus what else has been said regarding it, I was like, that's actually pretty good. Like, well done. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'd probably marry Albanese. I'd probably kill ScoMo because he literally said he saved the country. The dude was in Hawaii and he's claiming to have saved the country. Sorry, man. But, like, tone it down a notch. I understand he can't carry the hose. I get that statement. He's like, I'm not on the hose. I get that, but you can't say you saved the country when you're in Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm probably going to kill ScoMo.
Yep.
Probably marry Albanese just because why not?
Yep.
And I guess I'm fucking done.
Yep.
It's very boring question there.
Thanks, Josh.
Just one of those, just like, like really? Like, what are we going to do? Well, anyway, but we will answer every question you ask, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yep.
Will you bet your beard that you'll beat Ben at Top Golf? I will bet my ballsack that I'll beat Ben at Top Golf.
I would be so mad if he didn't. If I just get there and slog the fuck out of the ball and he's just like, bruh. Secretly, I've been playing every week. Like, you all think I'm doing like coursework? Wrong.
Yeah. I've been telling you that I've been setting up my courses. Have you noticed that they haven't come out yet? I have been in secret training with my golf professional. That's just going to work on driving only.
Yes.
Yes, I will happily make a bet. That is fine. I'm not usually competitive, but I think I've got this one in the bag, guys. Just saying. When Ben's agreeing, then it's not even fun. It's like, come on. Come on. Would you rather be able to breathe underwater or be able to fly?
Fly. Well, because do you have the precious skin to handle going to the depths that you get to breathe underwater?
I'm just going to assume yes. I'm going to assume it means like if you can breathe underwater, you can go anywhere underwater.
Yeah,
I imagine
right.
that's connotated with it.
But then does that mean if I can fly, I can go anywhere up to the stratosphere?
I mean, you could just be Superman and do both.
Yeah, but that's boring. That's a boring answer. Fucking, I hate Superman fanboys. Everyone is less powerful than Superman. He can do everything and anything. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, he is pretty fucking powerful. Let's be real. But to fly or to swim? That is the question. I'll probably swim. I like the water.
I'm flying because worst case is I just swim to the top and fly out of the water.
Sure. Let's go with that. Would you rather have fingers for toes or toes for fingers? Fingers for toes or toes for... Probably fingers for toes.
Why can my toes tip, but my fingers can't fing?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'd rather my toes be fingers. Just become like beast, hang upside down.
Would that be how it works though? Wouldn't it just be more like, wouldn't your fingers need to be your toes for that to work?
So I just said, I'd rather my toes, like I'd rather have fingers on my feet.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Then toes on my hands.
Yeah, just in that proper primate mode.
Yeah, legit.
They just take a bunch of growth and go full silverback. Can't
wait, keen. If you had to date two people with the combined age of 30, what ages would you pick?
You have to say 15 or the answer's fucked. No matter what way you go outside of that, it's fucked.
Oh, so this is actually I've seen this question somewhere. And it was really, really funny. They're like, so there is a caveat to this, and it works. If I date a 30-year-old pregnant chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. There is a caveat. Yeah. I remember seeing it. Where did I see that? Fuck. It's like, yeah, 30-year-old pregnant. So that two works. People, still 30.
Yep, that's fair. That's
like,
fair.
In your face. Whoever tried to trick us with that, trying to get us in trouble. What's wrong with you? Ben's in trouble. He said 15.
Arrest him.
Yeah, pretty much. You done fucked up. What's this done? Go away. My Instagram profile has decided to change on me, and now it's saying I need to add my birthday in because it went to one of my other profiles. Hold the phone. Let me get out of this bullshit.
Fix this up, Dave. Correct this bit.
Bad. No, it just logged out of my other one. Hold on. There we go. I've got like 4 accounts on this fucking thing. On this phone, so it's killing me. All right. What PED do you get asked the most about and why?
Oh,
me, it's tren. I think.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think most people ask me about trenbolone.
I'd probably just say test in general. Like most people come into me around their starting cycle phase, or like they want to get more in depth or more knowledge about testosterone. Because like we've said 100 times, that's kind of like your starting point is obviously test and adjust your testosterone base dose. So yeah, that's probably kind of like that one, or lipolytics seems to be like, how fast can I cut? It's like, yeah, you can do it, but are you competing naturally? Like I said last week.
Yeah. Clen and Tren are probably the two that I get asked most. And why? I think most most people think tren is like this super drug where it makes you
They definitely do.
incredibly strong and incredibly lean, and it's kind of like it's not how it works. But yeah, they're the ones that I get the most. You can only eat one for the rest of your life: burrito or donuts. So that's easy, donuts. I don't need that many burritos.
I love a good homemade burrito, but donuts.
Donuts. I literally bought Krispy Kremes before because that's dessert. Like donuts. See into future knowing what to change now, or go back in time knowing what you know now, or what you now know. See into the future knowing what to change, so going forward, or go back in time with what you know now.
No, because time lived is like the fun part. I never want to get to the end and be like, oh, I wish I could just get to the finish line. Like the whole point is not the destination, the journey, to be cliche. I would go back with advice, but I wouldn't go back with the intention of changing things.
Yeah, I mean, going back in time versus skipping ahead. I'd probably want to skip ahead to see what's coming. It'd be interesting. Like, how fucked up are we? Like, how much do we need to prepare?
Yeah, like it depends. I guess like the degree. Like if you watch the Time Machine movie, how it goes forward like 30 different generations, and like life's killed itself and then started up again, but somehow the machine stayed okay. Like that doesn't make sense to me. But in that instance, it's like you watch that, and it's like, hey, how far forward are we going to then come back, or am I staying there once I'm there? Like, what's am I doing a Fry situation where I go to Futurama and I end up meeting my great grandson and he's a genius? And I end up banging my own grandma, who's me, to then have like my own self, which is then making me. So that's a whole thing. But
is that technically incest?
Mate, anyway. have you seen the movie Predestination with Ethan?
Yeah.
It's my god, it started to happen. I started to click it together. I was like,
it's fucked up.
Fucking
I worked that one out probably half an hour in. I'm like, wait a minute, I know what's gonna happen in this, and then it happened. I'm like, bruh.
Even knowing what was coming, I was like, it's son of a bitch.
Yeah, you fucked up. And then at the end, just the look on the face, like, man, they acted that one.
Every time, like, he has to keep doing it to make the same thing happen, and that supervisor just keeps having to repeat it, and there's nothing he can do about it. I'm like, oh man, that's fucked.
That infinite time loop.
Yep.
Thoughtful thoughts. Geek out for those who enjoy it. I mean, we can't. We'll be here for 4 hours. So far, the trailers look really good. That's all I'm going to say.
Amazing.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
I'm just excited that it's going to bring, like, the interesting part will be, is Gore traveling into dimensions? Are the gods all the same universe? Is he having access to all the different gods? Because now we have Moon Knight, means we have Egyptian gods. Zeus is in there, which means it's going to be Hercules and Hyperion, which means it's going to be those gods.
They showed Zeus in the latest ad.
Yes, so they showed Zeus. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that across different dimensions? Are they all gods? Are they saying they're all different gods? Because now they've got like Zeus, it means Hercules. Hercules means it's going to be Hyperion, which means it's going to be more galactic gods.
Yeah, so all that shit. Yeah, it'll be interesting if they keep it to 616 as well.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah. Is Gore traveling a dimension and becoming a more interdimensional villain and killing everyone? Because that'll then bring in like different people to handle him, which means it opens up to more stories. So that's cool. It's exciting.
We shall see. There is much happening much that could happen. Now, fuck, marry, kill. I don't think Ben's going to know any of these people. John Daly, Tiger Woods, and Greg Norman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so just 3 golfers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greg, do I know?
Well, it said you might not know the rest of them. I don't know. You don't know some weird people, and then you know some weird shit. Just giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Tiger Woods is a good husband, right?
He's a good in bed, apparently.
Yes.
So fucking Tiger Woods.
Greg is making a comeback, I heard.
Greg is trying to open a new league in Dubai and getting ripped apart by the PGA Tour because everyone hates him because he's offering a lot of money. But we won't get into that. I will marry Greg because he is a very rich man. And
is he really that rich?
He is that rich.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do? Besides a lot of golf.
He's like an entrepreneur. So it's like he's starting this league that's in the Middle East. He's got a whole ton of financial backers.
Holy shit.
There you go. You just looked up his net worth, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
How much is it now?
What are we looking at here? Greg, hang on. Is Greg Norman a billionaire? No, he's not, but
he'd be close.
Oh, God, I'm looking. What's the date of this? Why do articles just not have a date? At 67 years old, he was born in 1955. So that's now. Yep, that's now. 400 million.
Nah, he'd be worth more than that. He'd be worth way more than that. He'd be worth double that. That might be just in like, actually, no, what would that be in? That wouldn't be in sponsors and tours and stuff. Oh, no,
Holy shit.
Money. He's
he held on to the title on and off in total for 300 weeks.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Ranked number 1 golfer in the world.
Yeah, he was a gun. They're all. Do you have any idea how much money some of those gold? Check Tiger Woods' fucking net worth.
Oh, he's in the 1.2 bills, I'm pretty sure.
He's a joke. He's got so much money. Half.
Half a shit. God damn.
Yeah. I'm banging Tiger Woods.
Jesus. 1.7 bill.
Yeah.
He can text me whatever he wants to tell him. Don't care.
Yeah, bad. He's a freak. Yeah, I'm a bang Tiger Woods because I heard he's good in bed. I'm probably going to marry Greg Norman because he's going to pass, probably before the rest of them. And John Daly he just looks like a fun lad, to be honest.
Is that the guy at the moment who's like, everyone's like, this is the peak performance, and he's like, that golfer is killing it. And everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy? Or is he retired? Is he? Oh no, I see. Yeah, okay, yep, that's what I'm talking about.
You think you're talking about like bleached hair, bleached beard?
Yeah.
John Daly. He's
like cranking down the food on the course, and everyone's like,
yeah. So they followed him for a round of 18. He had 6 Diet Cokes, 2 bags of M&Ms, and what was it? He had something else that was hilarious. 6 Diet Cokes, 2 bags of M&Ms.
Was it like a pack of cigarettes or something?
Oh yeah, 20 cigarettes. And there was one other food item. I just don't remember what's something. Yeah, he was great.
See, I always love that argument because people are like, this is peak performance. Like, you can still be this good, blah, blah. Let's be real. It's not a physically demanding sport that he needs to be.
Golf is not physically demanding. That's why they have fucking buggies, bro. You just get in and you drive around to the next hole. It's highly skillful. It just doesn't require that much fitness.
Correct.
What are your favorite Australian sports teams and sport? We could be here all day.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I mean, I like sport. I like elite performers in sport. So I just like I can
tell you what I don't like. I don't like the NBL. Boring. I don't like the A-League. Boring.
No. Trash knockoffs of good competitions.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to watch the women's AFL. Some games are really good, and then some are just really bad. You're just like, bro, what happened there? Yeah. Like, I get it. Like, we're trying. So I'm all for that. I love footy. I love tennis. I love golf.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's not really an Australian sport. Well, kind of is an Australian sport. It's an English sport. Irish sport? Scottish, one of them. English, I think. Cricket, can't go wrong with cricket.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Can't go wrong with cricket. Tennis, cricket. Yeah, golf, footy. Not Australian soccer. Australian soccer is really bad.
Yeah, Australian soccer is just bad. Like, we have the odd player that comes out where it's like, oh, cool, we've got Tim Cahill. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
But you put Tim Cahill against a Ronaldo or a fucking Rooney. Like, it's just not happening.
Not in the same league. He's in a good league, just not the same league.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, my favorite sport and team though has always been Newcastle Knights. It's gonna be league. It's just gonna be given.
Yeah,
but I played a variety of sports that there's some sports that are just funner to play than they are to watch.
Yeah, that's probably another thing though. I don't watch Union. I can't stand Union. I love league.
I could get into it as like a scrum half or a fly half where you're just simply feeding the ball. Yeah. But fuck me, like times I've watched it and it's just like there was one time it was an Australian game, like I think it was like 2007 or 8. And it was a 25 phase scrimmage that got Australia nothing. Yeah. And then New Zealand just kick a ball back. And I'm like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like everyone that follows rugby union says like AFL is just like kicking the ball around. It's like, have you watched rugby union?
Yeah. Give or take, like
you guys kick more than the AFL, mate.
Literally, at least they run a certain distance.
Yeah.
Boop, back.
Like, fuck. Anyway. Yeah. Union, I don't like either. So union, NBL and A-League, definitely off the table.
Yep, fair.
But the rest of them,
love basketball.
Yeah, I'll watch all of them.
I love playing them. They're fun to play. They're fun to do. Fun to watch. I
haven't played a ball sport like that in forever.
I know.
I reckon I'd tear a hamstring.
I got one of my old clients, one of my old teammates asked me to come play for a 9-a-side comp, and I was like, Bruh, no.
Yeah, I get asked all the time to play in like local footy down here, like AFL footy, and they're like, "Oh, we'll pay a couple $100 a game." I'm like, "You don't understand. I reckon if I ran onto the field, I'd tear a hamstring." Like,
Yeah,
that's
the thought
before,
of running on the field is torn a hamstring.
That's before the warm up. Should newbies stay away from Smith machines? Nope. Why would they? It's a controlled environment, controls the stability aspect of an exercise. So I would be encouraging those to use the Smith machine. Now, what exercise you do on the Smith machine is a totally different question, which you never asked. So we're not going into.
The fuck you.
Have you got the rest of your clubs yet? Fucking no. All right. I'm still fucking waiting. Don't. It's a touchy subject. They said the start of June. They said 3 weeks. I gave them 4 or 4.5. Then I called them. Actually, no, sorry, I was at the shop. And I asked them, and they actually asked me, they're like, "Oh, have you got your clubs yet?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't got them yet." And they're like, "Oh, that's really weird. Let's have a look at what's happening with them." And then they look at them and they're like, "Oh shit, it says June 6 or 8 or something." And they're like, "Yeah, that's really weird. It should be a lot sooner than that." So they emailed them. They haven't contacted me back. So I'm just assuming start of June. Should I bring my clubs up to Brisbane and try and get a round up in Brisbane? That is the question. Should we put Ben on an 18-hole course just for fun?
Well, I'm terrible, so
that's why it'd be even more fun.
It'll be basically 10 hours of me trying to get past hole 3.
Yeah, king.
Sir, it's a par 5. I don't care. It's 10 shots for me.
No, you max out at 14, mate. Then we just move on. That's fine. Just, for 14 each.
Sweet. We'll move on then. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll just move on. That's fine. Does increasing intensity and frequency of masturbation help in a cut?
Technically, it's output.
I mean, if it takes your mind away from dieting and being hungry, sure. Like if you know that.
I want to tell my prep story so bad, but also it's like, I don't want
to. Like if you're hungry and you masturbate, you're not hungry anymore. Success.
Yeah, heart rate up high enough. Technically, you're entering zone 2. Sweet, there's some fat burning.
Why has there been such an increase in holistic and alternative practices in coaching and PT? Refer back to Selfcare.
Yeah, refer back to that 2 episodes ago.
Not even. Refer back to this same episode about 30 minutes ago. Why has there been an increase? You know why? Because it's easy for people to justify people not getting a result because you suck as a coach.
Yep.
Case closed.
Pretty much.
Pick one animal to fight. You grow to their size or it grows to your size. What do you pick? One animal to fight.
A fish.
Yeah, but does that mean you're in water or is it on land?
It's going to grow to my size. We're on the land. It's going to fight me.
That doesn't say where to fight though.
Yeah, so I'm choosing home turf. I get the home ground advantage.
Home ground advantage. One animal to fight. You grow to their size or it grows to your size.
Or like a giraffe? Because like, do I grow to as tall as its neck?
Yeah, I mean that's a very big neck to choke.
Yeah, put that into a triangle hold.
That's it. Put them on a rear naked choke, just fucking straight out. Don't know why you'd be fighting a giraffe for. I feel like they're very placid animals.
Just say pick an animal.
Fuck it. Just because you can.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you fighting that giraffe? Because I felt like it. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I feel like it'd be something stupid. I feel like an otter or something like that, or a possum.
A rabbit.
No, rabbits would be vicious.
Yeah, big. Yeah, fair call. Fair call.
Yeah,
it would.
Yeah, you need something that's going to be like real chilled. Like I'd say a koala, but koalas are wild.
Yeah, those things big as you.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, like you'd be in for a fucking shit.
Those are proper drop bears at that point.
Yeah, probably think like a possum of some sort. Wombat. They move relatively
so slow.
Yeah, they move relatively slow. They don't seem to do too much. But I mean, again, they do have like claws and shit. What if I brought a bear down to my size? Nah, that's not gonna work. I still get mauled.
Yeah, do they lose their pound? Do they lose their bite of pound per square inch?
Yeah, like I'm fucked. Like a bird is there a bird that only stays in the sky? We go the opposite of water, like we go into the air, but I don't think there's yeah, I'm cooked. Let's go wombat. I'm just gonna go wombat. I'll take the risk. Yeah, wombat it is. We're gonna get fucked up. It's fine. Well, that is it for the questions, good sir. I believe. Hold on. Just checking. Yes, that is all the questions that we have. So, do we have anything coming out that we need to know about?
No, the course is live. If you use not ISSN as a discount at the checkout, it takes 75% off. If you want to learn to start tracking your macros, it is a great place to start. It's kind of how I guide my clients to it. I think it's good. I believe it's good. It has worked for me so far. And obviously at a discount rate, you're free to give me criticism anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much the point for us. Coaching is still well and truly open. I'm taking clients right through to prep. So that's there as well. Obviously, that is the go-to. Is what we do. So that is there. And no, I'm just working away over the next couple of weeks, getting this next course done. Brooklyn will be having these slides and the actual content finished up, and then I'll be recording.
Sounds like a very good plan and product coming out, which I look forward to testing.
And critically analyzing and breaking down, tell me a shit.
And replying and saying, what in the flying fuck? No, I'm joking. I won't say that. I'll say it politely.
Fucking terrible, but really nice layout.
5 stars, but is shit. 5 stars because I'm a good friend. It's really, really shit because I'm a good friend.
Oh, I thought the scale was 5 is really bad, 1 is really good. Yeah. Sorry.
You're welcome. But yes, that is it for me. I don't have anything going on, to be honest. I'm just waiting for these golf clubs and waiting to come up to Brisbane. Otherwise, I'm opening and running a gym and running online and running on fumes. So it's good times.
That's fair.
But yes.
How many sessions done this week?
How many sessions?
Sessions.
As in coaching or training?
Your own training. No, your training.
2, 3, 2. 2 weights, 2 golf.
I saw you do some squats the other day. That was pretty good.
Man, it's been a while. But from last week, I did some RDLs yesterday. Fuck, they hurt. My DOMs are seriously like through the roof right now. Yeah, that's good times. It's good times. My hamstrings, my glutes, and my erectors on fire.
What's Joe been saying to you?
Yeah, he's just like, you know what the cool thing is? And I was looking at this the other day when I was doing some assessment stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's nice. You know, when the age old, you take steroids, when you stop taking steroids or whatever, your muscles deflate. Mm-hmm. It's nice to know the size that I've put on is real tissue because I haven't lost any real size. After a little like pump and a photo, I'm like, hey, my arms actually look pretty fucking decent right now. When they're not pumped up, they look really small, and that could be just genuine body dysmorphia because there's a good chance it's exactly what it is because, you know, that's what we do.
Sold.
Yeah, I'm like, and even when you posted that photo last night on Matter Athletic, I'm like, my arms are bigger than that. I swear.
I know they are.
I swear that they are. They just don't look at right there and then, but that's fine. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And for those listening, no, I'm not off completely. I'm on a TRT, HRT dosage compared to when I was on peak dosage and flying.
Just cyclical shit. Just do it all the time.
Literally, I think my best RDLs was like 200 for like 10 or 15 reps. And yesterday I was doing 140 and I have DOMs. 140 for sets of 10. DOMs. I'll do 200 or 200 for fucking 10. No DOMs at all. Like, this is bullshit. But we shall build and see how we go.
Yes, so.
But that is it from us, guys and girls of all ages.
Great ep in the books. We're chasing the half-century mark soon. Shit.
Maybe. Will it be a half-century when we're up there? No, it would be short. Just short.
It must be soon.
Yeah, it'd be short, I think. I think by a few weeks. I think we're only up to 42 or 43 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is it from us. As always, if you have any topics for us to discuss, DM Ben or throw them up in the Q&A when we put up the question box on a Wednesday morning on both the Instagram page, bros_with_brains, or on my page, Elite Strength Coach. Ben doesn't do it because Ben's lazy.
I'll get there.
If you haven't already, jump on YouTube, give us a follow, give us a like, shout out a comment.
Annoy Chris until he gets back on.
I'll probably check the comments. I haven't checked yet, but I assume there's no abuse there going yet, so we're good. And that's it from us. Catch you later, guys.
Thanks, guys.